contribute to the further development of the legal profession and the rule of law in this country as an enviable legacy for posterity.
The ultimate moment finally arrives. One by one, all entrants were sworn to the oath of allegiance, marking their admission into the legal fraternity.
Yakar Helen de Cox.
Yakar Henaldo Cox.
Do swear that I will be faithful.
Do swear that I will be faithful.
And bear the true allegiance.
And bear the true allegiance.
To the Republic of the Gambia.
To the Republic of the Gambia.
According to law.
According to law.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Words cannot actually describe how grateful we are to our Creator, for without Him, we would all not be here today. Secondly, I would thank our able Head of State, His Excellency, Chef Professor Dr. Alhaji Yahya AJJ Jammeh, for creating an enabling environment for such occasions to occur within a short period of our history.
An existing judicial scheme seeks to deliver justice to the doorstep of every Gambian, is in legal complexities for the public. More lawyers providing diverse services is certainly required as litigation becomes a 21st century trend. Ibrahim Jata, GRTS.
Well, officials of the Independent Electoral Commission, led by the chairman Alhaji Mustafa Kariel, are on a tour of the country. Fatu Jassi covered day one of the nationwide exercise and reports issues revolving around the forthcoming local government elections top the agenda in Banjul.
2013 local government elections is slated for the 4th of April. It is against this backdrop that officials of the Independent Electoral Commission embark on a countrywide voter sensitization campaign. Banjul City Council was the first port of call for officials. Here, election officers enlightened local authorities on procedures of ensuring a free and fair election. Alhaji Mustafa Karayel, chairman IEC, said his office will do everything possible to make sure the upcoming election is not only transparent but hitch-free. But the accomplishment, according to the IEC boss, can hardly come to pass without genuine support from the entire voter populace. Karayel thus called on all and sundry to abide by laws governing the election. The voting, he went on, starts from 8 a.m. and ends at 5 p.m., but counting as usual will be done on the spot. The IEC boss also made it crystal clear that there will be no supplementary registration for voters. He, however, revealed that 650 lost voters' cards have been recovered by the IEC, and owners are advised to pick up their voters' cards at their respective registration centers. All eligible candidates vying for the post of a councillor should be nominated by 75 people, and the mayor nominated by 150. High school certificate is also needed for the candidate going in for the position of mayor and councillor. The meeting ended with interactive discussion between IEC officials and local authorities. The meeting continues in other regions of the country. For GRTS News, I am Fatu Jassi.
The next Operation Clean the Nation is slated for Saturday, 26 January 2013 throughout the country. A news release from the National Environment Agency reminds all governors, Seifolu, Alkalolo and councillors of the presidential directive, urging them to organize and coordinate the national cleanup exercise in their localities. The agency, through their dispatch, solicits the support, cooperation and active participation of the general public, all government and private institutions, CI companies, youth organizations, members of the Gambia Transport Control Association and Tipper Garage at Bakote in the national exercise. Officials of the Ministry of Agriculture have validated the $12 million West Africa Agricultural Productivity Program's baseline report. The document, as Samuel reports, is expected to improve and enhance agricultural productivity and production in the Gambia.
This document, a baseline study for the successful implementation of the WAP project, was recently validated by project officials and stakeholders in the agricultural sector. The 10-year multi-million-dollar project, which focuses on agriculture, research, dissemination, and adoption of new technologies, is a sub-regional package which started in 2007 in neighboring countries and was introduced in the Gambia in 2011 thanks to the support of the President of the Republic.
It was through His Excellency the President, Chef Professor Dr. Yahya AJJ Jammeh's personal request and effort that Gambia benefited from the WAP.
The baseline study defines the pre-implementation conditions for a set of indicators that will be used to assess achievement of the outcomes and impacts expressed in the project's logical framework. The study in the 6 regions of the country generated data and information on indicators at district, community, and household levels.
The project is neither owned by the Ministry of Agriculture nor owned by DOA or NARI. It's owned by the Gambian farmers. The WAP, the PCU, the MOA, and all the stakeholders, even NGOs inclusive. The WAP is dealing with 5 commodity crops and agricultural priority areas.
To come up with a baseline data that we can use to measure how far we have gone in achieving our set goals and targets.
The document further highlights, among other things, focus on household and farming systems, characteristics of the respondents, and the provision of support service to the farming communities.
If the coordinator is talking about production and productivity, personally and to all of us who are involved in extension, I think resources is a key. Without resources, we all know, production and productivity, I'm not saying it will fail, but probably what we are looking forward to, we may not achieve it.
The validated 26 leaflet is henceforth a working document expected to bring to fruition the goals of the over $12 million World Bank and Spanish government-funded project for increased agricultural production and productivity in the Gambia. Samuel Ba, GRTS.
Well, we're going to take a very short break now. The news continues in just a moment. Well, welcome back to GRTS News. African troops have started arriving in Mali as the war against militants continues to rage. Niger and Chad are the latest to mobilize troops to join the fight against Islamists in northern Mali. Addressing troops before their deployment, President Mahamadou Issoufou told his troops they are fighting a just war. We have details in this report.
500 troops from Niger, currently stationed at Walam, 130 kilometers from the Malian border, are preparing for battle against Islamists controlling Mali's north. Niger's President Mahamadou Issoufou paid a morale-boosting visit to the troops Tuesday. He told them they were embarking on a difficult but not impossible mission. War is a test of wills. I am sure of your fervent desire to win. Whether this war proceeds in a classic way or in a more untypical way, we will win this war. Niger's troops will join the International Assistance Mission for Mali. They've just completed a month's special training with French military experts. Their training included combat in desert conditions. They say they're ready and equipped to accomplish their mission. We've received a lot of attention from all sections of the military hierarchy, as well as from the administrative and political hierarchy, to ensure that Niger's battalion has all the means to carry out its mission in the best possible way. Niger's troops have progressively been joined by Chadian soldiers. The Chadians are highly trained, well-equipped, and experienced in desert warfare. Together, they will head overland to northern Mali and the town of Gao, controlled by Mujao Islamist forces. All they're waiting for now is the signal from the International Support Mission to Mali.
The leader of the Seleki rebel coalition has been explaining the recently concluded peace agreement between his group and the government in Bangui. The Libreville Accord provides for the inclusion of the various rebel groups in the unity government. Michael Judodia called on his men to respect human rights and to remain disciplined. Let's look at this report for more on that.
The Seleka rebels, who control 2/3 of Central